swatted down by Johnson. Adelaide wins the tip-off. Grand final game 2. Adam Gibson. Johnson drives baseline. Draws the foul. Well, that's the kind of start you need. It was tough, it was physical, and it could be 3 points.
Also, they established their low post game. I thought in game 1, they got out of the rhythm of what they wanted to do because they got so hot from the perimeter, and they lost the fact that they want to pound the basketball in and get those interior touches.
Nice pick up from Petrie off the rebound. But brought down by Ennis, and here are the boos for Martin as he brings the ball up to the Wildcats.
I'm not sure who they're booing.
Anyone in red. Jermaine Beal off the skin. On the break, Irvin. Tape on the left shoulder. Johnson wide open.
The crowd are just riding that 3 in. Great dribble penetration by Gary Irvin.
Posts up. Johnson got in his face.
This is where Perth are so tough. Even though Matthew Knight misses that shot on the weak side, Adam Gibson's battling with Ennis, trying to pick up that rebound on the offensive glass, where Perth were just so tough in game 1, still doing the work and getting themselves in a position to grab those offensive rebounds.
Again. Skirts Johnson. Partido holds him out. Wildcats yet to score. And here's the 36ers on the run. Redditch got out to Johnson there. It's stopped for a 3-shot, but Johnson draws the foul. He works his way inside.
Good strong move to the middle. That's the book on DJ, is he wants to go right. Then you overplay him. He spins back to his left. And that's an area of his game that he's worked on. He doesn't have a whole lot of holes in his game like he did when he was younger.
Averaging 20 points and 7 rebounds and 1 assist for the season. Leading scorer in 17 games. Out of 32. And he's made a tremendous start tonight.
Last time Damian Martin had a wide open 3. That is something that Adelaide will give the Perth Wildcats.
Beal called Ennis over, but now he finds an open Martin for 3. And that's a hit. First points for the Wildcats.
And he's got to stick that. And he knows that too. That's why he stepped into that one with confidence.
He had plenty of time. Nicely worked by the Wildcats. That'll settle them down as Gibson brings it up. Johnson again, posts up on Knight. Plenty of heat, though, for Daniel Johnson this time. The only scorer so far for Adelaide. Irvin!
It pays to be lucky, too.
Some junk points there for Gary Irvin, but he'll take it. Redditch gets the boos. Knight. So far, it hasn't been easy for the Wildcats to get inside that perimeter. Oh, that's a tough shot. Ennis makes it. Wow. Well, there wasn't much else on there. James Ennis really took the initiative.
And look at this. That's a heads-up play. But you know what? You make your own breaks. And this is what makes Perth so tough. They got nothing going offensively. Tough shot. You got to live with that and just say, he's all class. Don't dip your head, because he is going to make some shots that he's not supposed to make, or that the average human being wouldn't. You know what Adelaide have to continue to do? Even though they're playing extremely well, Perth are only down 5 points. And you can't get discouraged by the fact that they're going to hang around no matter how good you play.
Tees presses Martin here. Rededge. Safely pulled in. Gibson on the run. Irvin. Loses it. Shot clock down to 15. Lob pass into Johnson. Big target. Double teamed. Irvin open, but nicely played. Ennis got out to him very quickly. Time running out for the Sixers. Oh, nice soft hands from Daniel Johnson. He's on a scoring spree out there. 9 points for the game. 13 for his team.
Great poise from Adam Gibson. Late in the shot clock, making a great decision. And look at this. Watch him slip the screen. Rededge just comes out to show a little bit too early. Good recognition by DJ. Then the foul is, there's the bump. Sean Rededge had a freebie. He won't miss too many of those.
He's going to be in for another busy night, Daniel Johnson. Played a lot of minutes in game one. They need him out there. Like Adam Gibson, two key players in this team. As Rededge seeks the first free throw. And the next. Perth had a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter on Monday night. Stayed around 10 points clear for most of the game after that. Nice drive from Tees. Cute little pass inside for Petrie, the first big man.
Brendan Tees is not tentative at all.
Well, Martin seemed to be, I don't know whether he's shooting the floater there or trying to find Ennis on the baseline, but either way, the Wildcats come up short on that offense. Irvin on the run. This is Adelaide all night. Irvin!
Gary Irvin just shaking his head. He's saying, no way can you stop me in transition in the open court. It ain't dragging if you can back it up.
Rededge hits three. They cannot leave him open. Irvin drives in. There was no way through there. And as it turns out, the Wildcats cleaned it up.
Gary Irvin's come to play.
He had a pretty quiet series so far. Martin for three. Yes. Well,
he is just a winner. And he sensed in game one that he needed to hit that shot.
Martin gets the defensive board. You feel like, as you say, Steve, Adelaide has done so well. They only had a 3-point lead. And here's Ennis. Oh, Beal rather. Ennis gets the rebound and gets the foul.
He just comes up with those. Gary Irvin is like a bowling ball with legs. Just tramps it through there. And that's another one. Confident. Catch and shoot. Damian Martin, knowing that he was letting his team down by not taking that shot and making it. And the good players always seem to come up with those loose balls, just as James Ennis did there. As good as Adelaide have played, Perth, they just match it. They do whatever has to be done.
Adelaide 36ers Reese Carter to the whole game, replacing Adam Gibson.
Adam Gibson sits down. Reese Carter gets into the game. Shencher. Knight blocks in. Irvin for three.
Petrie on the offensive glass, and those are the little things that Joey Wright said to match the Perth Wildcats. That's exactly what a Greg Hire does, what a Wagstaff does. That time, it's Petrie on the offensive glass making something out of nothing.
Beal lobs it back to Martin. Nice pass, bounced in. Knight didn't convert it, but he gets it now.
Solid pass by Damian Martin. And good second effort by Knight.
Joey Wright not happy there. Not with the ref's call, but with the way that offense broke down. Dantrell Johnson with the offensive foul.
Yeah, there's a bit of a flop there. It was more of a flop than I thought.
Well,
but
this game's tight.
Control.
Martin with a little fake. Back to Martin. Oh, nice steal from Damian Martin. Ennis thought about the shot. Still thought about it. But they've got time on the shot clock. Beal drives inside. Nice.
Reese Carter normally does that to other people. He's very good at mirroring the basketball. Great pass.
Shedrick puts the 36ers back in the lead. Irvin, every time they get the ball, Sixers run. Banks it.
Gary Irvin needs a blow. Sorry, Billy. He looks a little tired out there. He's asking for a sub. Jason Cadee will come in.
Irvin has 8 points for the game. Johnson 9. Knight. And Reese Carter. Irvin screams for the ball. Dishes to Shencher. Well, he gets the foul, if not the points. Now, Creek, Cadee, and BJ Anthony getting ready to check in.
And Gary Irvin in that replay. See him asking for the substitution right there, as he has been super busy in transition. Not only with his quickness, but with his strength around the basket. And he's already putting up some serious numbers. He's 3 for 5 from the field. 5 shot attempts this early in the game is rare for him, so he knows he needs a big performance to pick up game 2.
Johnson and Petrie also sat down. Shencher, who's on the line, is the big man out there. BJ Anthony will be needing to get on the boards, as will Mitch Creek for the Sixers. Both those players got some pretty good numbers in game 1 in limited time. Both benches actually quite productive in game 1, and not a lot of difference between them in terms of points. Well, Shencher, nice D, forces Wagstaff into the wall. And Trevor Gleason didn't like the call. Again, nice stop as Redditch comes back.
Joey Wright not happy with how Mitch Creek played James Ennis. Wanted him to force him towards the screen. Can't give up that baseline drive. That's where you don't have help.
So far in the rebound department, it's Adelaide 8, Perth Wildcats 7. Ennis looking to expand on his 5-point haul. He does.
And Billy, one of the things the game plan for Adelaide is you can see that they're leaving that shot open for Damian Martin. It doesn't matter if he hits 3 or 4 of them. He is not going to beat you. His dribble penetration will.
Creek. Beal not happy with that call.
Yeah,
but it wasn't against him.
Sorry, Billy. Creek's got to make that. I know he's fouled. He's going to go to the line. Foul occurs there. He's got all that time to just lay it up. Got to make that. He better make both of these free throws now.
At Gastro for game 1, Mitch Creek. He was really crook.
I don't care. He's got to make these free throws.
The man is 6, Steve.
Maybe,
or he was.
you feel a lot worse.
Can't get the tip in, but Ennis gets the rebound. And look at him. Takes off. Now, Beal steadies it. Shot clock winding down. Double teamed. Wagstaff finds Greg Hire. Couldn't make it drop, but Hire did have a good, solid game in game one. Came on, did all the right things, sank some big shots.
He puts so much pressure on you defensively because he's not out there. They don't run any plays for him. He's not coming down off of any pin downs. If he's open, he shoots the three. And he's a great screener, and he is a tremendous offensive rebounder. Now, Redditch goes to the line because this whole team is tenacious on the offensive glass, so you got to do a great job of defending them. Then when the shot goes up, your defense starts all over again because you got to keep them off the glass.
Redditch converts, and they stay in touch. 2 points to margin. Hire, incidentally, is averaging 4 points, and as you say, Steve, 5 rebounds and 1 assist for the season. In the first game, he got 10 points and 7 rebounds. 5 of those offensive. Big play. Jason Kadee. The crowd like that one because Luke Shencher went down in back play.
Yeah, they catch a break on that one. That's a bad shot. Jason Kadee coming in, trying to be aggressive, understand what he's trying to do, but an off-balance one like that, floating away from the basket 8 feet away, that's not the option they want.
Well, Redditch and Knight sit down, and we get Jervis and Wagstaff on. It's just this never-ending story of big bodies for Perth. That's tough. Kadee on Ennis. Shencher filled the lane there. And, well, interesting call. Luke Shencher didn't really have any reason to take a step. Let's see.
And a crowd just looking at the replay there. See those calls in Perth. Perth got every one of those close calls in Perth.
Brett Martin, a little real at the moment.
He was really happy early in the quarter with the way they hit the boards and rebounded. They wanted to double team Ennis and Bill coming off the screens. They've done a reasonable job of that. Martin, he wasn't happy with it, leaving him so wide open from the three, and he's made him pay.
Mitch Creek with a little fake. Another one. And still can't get it to go.
You know, the look, Mitch Creek, after a couple of fakes, decided to shoot that one. He had Shencher. Decided to take it himself. Nobody second guesses if he knocks that down.
BJ Anthony on the line, looking for his first points of the night. 58% from the stripe this season. And he sticks to his percentage. Tough rebound there. Jervis looking for a call, doesn't get it. Ennis. Beal off the screen. And again, this is Greg Hire. Drives, spins. Charge.
See, that's about the only time I've ever seen Greg Hire try to do something I wouldn't say that he's not capable of, but that's not really his role on this team. Trying to create something on the spin move. Tease does a good job keeping his body square.
Yep. Well, maybe it makes up for the no call Shencher got a little while ago.
I mean, I love the way Greg Hire plays, but that's not what they need from him.
Irvin back on the court. Anthony. Nice put. Oh, well. He gets it now.
Good hustle. I was just about to say, there's another one Mitch Creek has got to make.
I was going to say, I called it before he put it back. Anyway, he got it.
He sticks with that, and he could get 3 instead of 2. So, boy, if he missed that one, that might have been his confidence shot for the rest of the half.
Mitch Creek looking for his 4th point for this game. 33% for the field. Ennis. So Brett, 5-point margin, pretty much tells the story of the quarter so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think Perth have done a great job of staying in this game with the start that Adelaide had. They've been aggressive, and once again, they get to the line. They're making Adelaide foul them, as we see. Some good ball movement, some good drives getting to the line.
The game definitely has a different look than to Monday night's game.
Adelaide definitely look a lot more aggressive. They're going after it. Gary Irvin, you can see, he's ready to play in this one. Adelaide are pumped up. You can see that when they ran out.
Johnson coming in, and BJ Anthony sits down. But Shensha thought he was being subbed, but he stays out there. And Adam Gibson will come back in too with 26 seconds left in this quarter. Well, they can't buy a basket. Maybe they can hire one. They did. 29-26 in Game 2 of the Grand Final. Will this be the last offense for the quarter? Gary Irvin not going to run this time. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Irvin on the drive, kicks it out to Gibson, but it wasn't the pass he wanted. On the screen, Irvin misses, and that's time. Allegedly discarded trophy after the NBL awards night. So some wit from the Adelaide 36ers fans here. They're right into it, and they'd be pretty happy with their team at the moment. As Hire fires it back inside, Wagstaff pops the 2.
Just so many weapons. Simple as that. Good ball movement through lots of sets of hands. That's the result.
Well, big guys and plenty of them, and they can shoot those little mid-range jumpers. It's very, very daunting, but the 36ers are batting away here. Carter drives inside, but kicks it out to Johnson, who can't get it to go. Higher with the rebound. Beal takes control. Big shot from Beal. On the run, Carter. Lays it in. Brendan Tees. First points of the game for him. Again, loose pass, but wide open. Wagstaff. That is where Perth was dominant on Monday on those offensive boards. This time they can't make it count. Blocking foul call. As Big Jervis tried to find his feet.
Get another look at it as Petrie's trying to step out.
Brett, what's the mission for the Wildcats at this stage after that quarter-time break?
Yeah, Trevor Gleeson said in that timeout, first play, he wanted to get it to Wagstaff. They did a great job of executing there. Nice little jump shot at the top of the key, but they want to rebound and run. They're sick of Adelaide pushing it down their throats. They want to get the boards at this end and run it back at Adelaide and put some pressure on them.
So Gibson. Johnson double teamed again. Comes off for Perth.
Damian Martin's hands. You have to be so careful whenever he's anywhere in the vicinity.
Adam Gibson will get possession. Petrie will inbound.
That is exactly how you have to compete for every possession against Perth.
Nice cut from Petrie. Gets the pass, but not the points. But he will get a chance from the stripe.
We'll watch on the rebound as he misses the shot. Petrie goes right up, and it's Hire getting a piece of his arm. Got a bit of basketball, too. That's what Greg Hire's not happy about.
Irvin for three. Big shot from Gary Irvin. And that lifts the crowd here in the Adelaide Arena. 6-point ball game. Another one rims out, but a good tough rebound. Oh, Perth not complaining. And Greg Hire shaping up. Plenty of aggro there.
Perth trying to stay focused, though. Jervis walks out of that little skirmish. And then once Hire, who he got popped by Petrie, they had a couple of words. But then the Perth Wildcats get refocused. They got their eye on the prize.
This is great. Great clash. Brendan Tees just got in there and said, cool it down, boys. We're back. James Ennis led all scorers in game one. Here's Trevor Gleeson. They were very unhappy with that last call. Greg Hire did get knocked down in back play. These guys, it's all on the line. Of course, Perth, as much as it's nice to win a championship on your home court, Perth doesn't want to have to go to 3 games. They'll be quite happy, thank you very much, to win it in Adelaide. Jervis, one of those big guys who's been out there. Constant rotation. Trying to wear down the Adelaide big men, but they're doing pretty well at the moment. 34-28 as Irvin brings it up. Tees, didn't he have a game in game one? Irvin again. Oh, Damian Martin takes it from Gibson's hands. Now it's inside. Double team on Ennis. Nice pass. Martin for 3. Ennis hits it. James Ennis goes to 9 points for the game. Irvin for 3. Another big play from Gary Irvin. He is hot. 14 points for the game. Leads all scorers. Keeps that 7-point buffer for Adelaide.
He shot a couple of hundred of those before the game started.
Oh, nice cut from Martin on the baseline. Ennis found him, but they can't score. Good defense from Adelaide, though. Tees drives in, kicks it out to Irvin. Stops, pops, but it doesn't drop. Brett Maher, they're still keeping the Wildcats at bay.
Yeah, Adelaide in their timeout, they just drew up a play for most of the timeout. They wanted to get Adam Gibson coming off a DJ screen. As you saw, Martin read it perfectly, got the intercept there. Pretty tough when guys like Ennis get their shot off like that. I thought Daniel Johnson played some pretty good defense there, but once he's into that shooting motion, hard to stop him.
Tees back out to Johnson, who scoring-wise has been held back since that run in the first quarter. Blocking foul call.
You got to close out hard on DJ at the 3-point line. You can knock that down as you saw in game one.
Reminder on fourth down.
Mitch Creek about to check in.
For the position for Adelaide 36ers, Mitch Creek.
You know what I like about Brendan Tees is that his number got called in game one. He hit open shots. He was aggressive on drives, under control. Got his fair share of rebounds as well. But well, he's been aggressive here, but he hasn't taken any bad shots. The team respects him. Perth made the adjustment on him, and he is not going to just say, well, you know what, I should probably get double figures. He's playing, and he's taking what the game has given him.
Well, his season average is 3 points and 1 rebound. In game 1, he picked up 14 points, 2 boards and 3 assists. But as you say, he'll go with whatever's required. A real role player. Mitch Creek sticking with Redditch on this offense as Martin brings the ball up. Wow, heavy contact there. No call, no points. Irvin sprints back up court. Oh, almost the tip in from Shensha. Joey Wright screaming at his players to get back on defense here. And a good response there from Ennis.
That's just big-time play. Just making something out of nothing in transition. We saw him do that in Perth.
Gibson. Irvin for 3. Makes it.
Great extra pass from Adam Gibson.
Well, this is looking like the exact opposite of what happened in Perth. And the baskets just aren't quite going down the way they were in game 1 for the Wildcats. Steady, steady, says Jermaine Beal. Hands it back to Martin.
That was like the backbreaker Adam Gibson was trying to hit.
You can feel it. Oh, pass from Ennis. Knight goes down. And Trevor Gleeson with an ironic applause.
To me, that's a good foul. To just show Perth every single time, even when you have us beat, as Matthew Knight does on that one, don't just give him anything. They can go to the line, they can earn everything, and just send a message to Perth. Yeah, if you're going to beat us, you are going to have to beat us on every possession.
Timeout call. Gary Irvin, 17 points for the game. Daniel Johnson, 11 for the 42. Ennis with 11.
The game go. You let the umpires go. We come down to be disciplined, mate. You get good shots. We're going here on it. We're not trapped. Chances in the back. Right, sometimes you said throw the ball. Go play. What's been working for us all year? The extra pass. Transition. Get on the rim on transition. We get out here and we pull it out. Hit the post, cut through, and we've got a post action. Everything we worked out all year, now you just want to play jungle ball up and goddamn down. Hey, back on, get it back on, 3 stops. 3 stops.
Trevor Gleeson, they're just not happy with his team. They're getting away from their strengths. As he said, get a post catch, get their cuts through. And there has been a lot of individual play going on out there. And I mean, they're good players. I think it's always easier to pull somebody back than push them forward. That was definitely a timeout where he was pulling them back, making them get back and run their stuff.
Adelaide 15-1 at home this season. It's a pretty imposing record. Their only losses against the Sydney Kings, who didn't even make the playoffs. And that's compared to the great team of 1986. Some say the best of all Adelaide teams, which is a big call because there have been a lot of good ones. Of course, Brett Maher would say all the teams he was in were the best, and that's a pretty good call too. But they were 13-zip and 2-1 in the finals under, of course, the great Ken Cole. A lot of history here, Brett, and at the moment it's working in their favour.
Yeah, it is in that timeout. They want to tease the ball these next couple of plays. They want to work around unless they can get a line into that by Mitch Creek. They're also working out the defensive end. Perth have changed their offense a little bit, their reads, and they just wanted to work on that a little bit. Their rotations have just been a little bit late down the defensive end.
That's Redditch trying not to give up once he was bumped out of the way by Mitch Creek. That's just a hard rip through and strong drive to the rim. That's just something he is quite capable of doing.
Biggest lead of the game. Redditch. Martin. Knight. Ennis on the drive. T's trying to keep him out. Can't get anything happening. Creek came in for the help and basically It's just really hard for Perth to score. Trevor Gleeson knows that.
I like how they're running people at Ennis once he has somebody beat. They can be a passer and not a finisher.
Oh, that didn't work. On the break, Creek. Oh, swatted away by Knight. Gibson, who leads in assists, 5 and 3 rebounds. Nice dish from Kadee. Jason Kadee with the cute little no-look. And that's a big target.
That is a big target. Dribble penetration by Adelaide is night and day from game 1 and 2.
Oh, charge call. No. Block.
Getting into the paint, drawing the D. Or drawing the help, I should say, and Schencher with a little chippy. On the other end of the floor, those were calls Adelaide were not getting in game 1.
Gibson. Tease cuts inside, but nice. Oh, just... Creek was looking for Kadee on the cut there. It just didn't quite come off. From our vantage point, it looked like it was going to be inch perfect, but it wasn't.
Joey Wright just hated Mitch Creek.
47 plays 34, so they really need to start generating some points. Knight bustles his way in. But Adelaide just making it really hard for Perth to score right now.
Perth just trying to pound the basketball in to Matthew Knight. Because Adelaide have made the adjustments on Beal and James Ennis. It's clear, make somebody else beat us. And their rotations are so much better.
2 points for Knight from the stripe. Takes him to 6 for the game. The foul count is 15 Perth, 10 Adelaide. Very different from just a few days ago. Creek keeps the ball alive, wrestles it back, tees with a little floater. The crowd begs and receives the ball for their team.
They're competing for everything. And we spoke about the keys to victory was match the intensity of the Perth Wildcats, and that's exactly what Adelaide have done here in game 2.
Gibson, yes, off the glass. Adam Gibson is stepping up. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and points. Ennis. Gibson. Loses the handle. But you don't want to give it up to this guy. Well, that's a courageous.
That is a super defensive play. And I'm sure they watch film on that, or I should say video, or whatever the heck you record to watch a game nowadays. Gibson just has the ball scored off of his foot. Watch this read. He knows he wants to come back into the middle. Great defensive read by Brennan Tees. Maybe he's not scoring the points, but that is a huge play after a turnover by Adelaide. They turn it around, and they don't pay the price. And there's Robbie Kadee, Jason Kadee's dad. Of course, Robbie Kadee won an NBL championship, and Jason Kadee trying to do the same thing. I think only another father and son combination has done that. The Brutons, of course, Cal and CJ.
Well, there's something in this final 2 minutes for Perth, and I'll get that in a sec as Tees takes the ball up. Shot clock winding down. Irvin, this is not a good position. Stops and floats it. Brett Maher.
Yeah, guys, I listened in to Trevor Gleeson at the time. He's really concerned about the rotations of the defensive end, that the Perth guys are just hugging their men too much and not helping off on the weak side. So they need to help out a little bit more and stop those penetration lanes. Looks like they picked up on it right there.
Wagstaff. They've got Mitch Creek was climbing all over Damien Martin there for a while. Higher pops it in, Knight posts up on Shencher. Tees can't get the rebound.
Oh, that is just a massive play by Greg Heyer.
Well,
yeah. He just never gives up on anything.
Well, that was close. That was so close. That's not among the most colourful buzzer beaters, but it worked. And it's key because the biggest halftime deficit to win a grand final game was Sydney versus West Sydney back in 2004, and that was 12 points. So if Perth goes into this halftime break more than 12 points down, they're going to beat a little history. Not that that can't be done, but it just goes to show how tough it can be.
Abby Ara came alive for Sydney in the fourth quarter in that one.
But the margin is not 12, it is 10 now. Shencher. And Martin pulls it down. So Perth will be pretty happy. They get this down to single figures by half-time. Beal. Nice pass, Greg Heyer. Wagstaff cannot get the points, but he will go to the free throw line. Pushing foul.
Perth is like a well-oiled machine. They just keep coming at you, waiting for you to have some type of a little bit of a letdown. Letdown would be that they allowed Greg Heyer to grab that offensive rebound, put it back in. And just like that, it looked like they're in control of the game, and then now Perth in a position to drop this thing down to single figures.
Well, it was out to 13, so this will give them a lot of confidence. Wagstaff makes it.
Billy, you got to be prepared to know that Perth are going to do that to you. So even though if you think, oh, you know, we had this game in the bag, we should have really stepped on their throat at that point. Perth are good enough to just continue to stay in the ball game and have these little runs at you.
Petrie and Johnson have checked back in for Shencher and Creek. T's still there. He's played a big role in this quarter. Shot clock is still just inside the game clock. Oh, great pass, Adam Gibson. That was a nice play from the Sixers, and they needed it. Big three-point play from Heyer. Doesn't go. So, Matthew Knight, Daniel Johnson, two of the big matchups here on the battle of the boards. And here's Gary Irvin. What a half of basketball he's had. 17 points so far, 6 of 13 from the field. Adam Gibson, 2 points, but a lot of structural play. Johnson, mid-range, 2 points. 12-point lead to the Sixers. Good settling offense to start the second half.
I like the no hesitation in that. It's a good shot. Caught that thing, stepped into it, ripped it up into the shooting pocket.
The refs have called the holding foul. Brendan Tees.
Well, you just have to continue, like Trevor Gleeson said, they've got a goal. They need some sub-20-point quarters to get back into this thing.
Well, unlike last week, no Adelaide player has more than 2 fouls. We've got Heyer on 3 fouls and James Ennis on 3 fouls and Redditch on 3 fouls as the Wildcats hit to tighten this game up again.
And that's what they're capable of doing. Late in the shot clock, they've got guys that can make plays.
Nice pass from Tees. Irvin pulls it down, but they're going to have to reset. Oh, Petrie, well, good cover there from Redditch. Looked like he was beaten, but he turned around and blocked it. Ennis pops it through the double team like a squeezing a pip out of a lemon. But they get the stop, Adelaide. Irvin spins. But again, they managed to cut it off. Martin wide open for three. And this is a good start for the Perth Wildcats, Brett Maher.
Yeah, definitely. They're able to get out and run, and that's on the back of Ennis being very active. He's got his hands down on the ball several times now as Adelaide have been driving in and been a big factor.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Adam Gibson calling Petrie across, drives. And Johnson can't get the points.
Look at the shot clock as Jermaine Beal catches this thing. He knows exactly how much time it is in rhythm. Bang. Big shots. Gary Irvin's got to show a hand on it. He's got to be aware of how much time's on the clock, too. He didn't have enough time to put it on the floor. He's got to run him off the line.
Irvin again. Oh, nice tip in there from Tees. He was vigilant because that looked like it was going to go down.
And I am just loving Brendan Tees. Now, he's not taking shots, but he's still a big factor in the game. That's why he's playing so many minutes.
Knight. Good matchup there with Johnson, who just gets a hand on the ball. Johnson didn't like the call. Knight gets the two.
See, that's when you have to flop. Get that shoulder into you and just exaggerate.
Oh, Tees maybe wouldn't have liked that foul to get called, but nevertheless.
That's Gibson. Not often Damian Martin will pick up that type of foul. Very good.
Yep, first for the game.
Yeah, not often he'll get the first foul this late in the game, too.
Yeah.
He's been very active. Got his hands on a lot of balls, but first foul there for Damien.
He's a very clean player, isn't he, Brett? He can pick your pocket.
He's got such quick hands, and I think with his reputation as well, if it is a 50-50, he generally gets the call go his way as well.
Knight. Irvin on the run. Oh, Martin almost did it again. He had the little hand in there, but Gibson! That brings the crowd into the game.
Very similar to how he got going in game one. He was quiet early. He stepped into that thing just knowing he was going to knock it down and be an offensive factor in this match.
Another holding foul. Now, Daniel Johnson now goes to 3 fouls for the game. 15 for the 36ers, 18 for the Perth Wildcats as a team. And the Wildcats have Jervis and Redditch on 4 fouls.
I thought that he would have substituted Daniel Johnson out. Brendan Tees again.
Get the impression they're just squeezing Ennis a little bit harder than they were able to do on Monday night. 11 points for the game and a nice response from Adelaide. 60 plays 49.
And again, it's the dribble penetration that Perth are not able to contain, which is freeing up the shooters for Adelaide.
Beal on the drive, but Irvin like a cheap suit all over him. Ennis backs out. Time running down the shot clock. Beal pokes it in. Wagstaff kicks it out. Martin and Irvin flies through the air. Oh, the crowd didn't like that call. Gary Irvin touched the line. Let's have a look at this one again.
That's a good defense by Tees. The shot clock violation. And then watch the feet of Gary Irvin. Is he on the line? Yes, he is. And again, the crowd all looking up at the big screen for the replay.
Perth now, Beal. They get out to him very quickly. Double teaming him now. Martin sets. And this is an easier rebound for Gary Irvin. Has 5 for the game, 4 assists. Scramble, hustle.
Wow.
Well, the crowd loved that. The crowd loved that. Adam Gibson just Gary Irvin diving to the floor. Everybody was in there.
That's just great hustle by both teams. Gary Irvin getting in on that one late.
Wagstaff's thinking, I don't think I've ever been double teamed while I was lying down.
What I'm really liking about this game, guys, on Adelaide's end of the defensive, they're really getting their rotations going now. Defense by Brennan Tees on Ennis has been superb. I don't think there's too many guys in this league that can stay in front of Ennis. Tees has done it now a couple of times in a row. He's been very good. Their rotations, held rotations have been good. They're leaving Damien Martin open, who's struggled to hit his last couple of threes.
Wagstaff for 3. And he hits it. Was that 3?
Well, that's one guy you can't lay off of. Schencher from there, they'll give him that one.
7 points for the game, Wagstaff. Schencher with 5. 8 points the margin. Beal put some steps on Kadee. Again, they left Martin open, but this time he went inside, and now it's back out to Beal. Stops, hits.
That's big time right there. Jermaine Beal, they've got playmakers as simple as that, Billy. Just, they didn't have anything going. Jermaine Beal trying to get his crowd behind him coming from Perth to get them ignited. They snuck back into this one. They've scored the last 5 points to draw it to 6.
He gets it up, he doesn't get it back. He's dangerous late top. Don't let him get it back. You go back at him again. You get it. Hey, go out early here. Get it to DJ, all right? DJ, if we don't have the high-low, I want you to seal it up hard, okay? You don't have the high-low, fake it and get a rip, okay? You're going to have this guy as your safety. This guy's going to fake, he's going to raise high. You fake it, rip to your right, okay?
Got to race. I'm getting the flare. DJ's got a rip.
All right, start on that side. All right. Let's meet their run right here. Meet their run, all right? Let's get a bucket here and get back and get a stop, all right?
Joey Wright was talking about don't let him get it back. He's dangerous late in the shot clock. That's Jermaine Beal. He is better at creating something out of nothing than James Ennis. Late in the shot clock with his dribble penetration, he's a good passer as well. Ennis is more of a finisher. So you can run a guy at him. Join the conversation and tell us what you think. What is hashtag NBL Finals.
So, 6-point ball game. Kadee brings it up this time. Irvin's having a rest. And Reece Carter gets into the game too. Johnson can't get it to go down. James Ennis is just lurking on the left-hand side of Damian Martin. Now he cuts baseline. Martin finds him. More time, more opportunity for Perth. Beal. Knight. Turns and makes it. It's a good patient offense there from the Wildcats, and they cut it to 4.
Adelaide's still playing well. It's a shot Daniel Johnson probably should have made on the last possession. Big bucket here.
Yes, Carter! Hasn't had a lot of minutes tonight, but there was a big 3.
Right now, you just got to have guys that want to be in the big stage because you got to run all the way to the line against both of these teams.
Brett Carter seems to have got better and better. Don't forget, there's a big play too from Perth as I speak. 4 points again. But yes, he hasn't been in this club all season, and he's been building and building.
He's come in late. He's been very crucial in a couple of games. Been able to step up and hit those threes where Adelaide was struggling early on in the year. But the guy that's really turned on at the moment for Perth is Beal. They need to keep getting him the ball. Last time out, they talked about their ball movement. passing the ball around to try and get Ennis back into the game as well.
That was a massive flop by Matthew Knight. And then on the other end of the floor, making up for it. And then the foul, just getting Daniel Johnson in the eye. Good sportsmanship by Damian Martin, of course. Expect nothing less.
Well, here's Carter again. Had to fake. They got out to him very quickly. Gibson. He makes it. That's three.
You wouldn't have anything different, would you? Both teams making big shots.
Yeah. That's why they're in the grand final. And now they're pressing. Petrie all over Martin. Avoids the Knight screen. Wagstaff and Knight have a lot of work to do because Jervis and Redditch are both in foul trouble. And that is another brave play. Adam Gibson puts his body on the line. We've seen that tonight.
He steps right in there. And, of course, he can do that because he's guarding Damian Martin. And he is not the threat at the three-point line that the other players are. So he's just stepping right into the driving lane and comes up with the charge.
Well, that's one way to stop Jermaine Beal, I guess.
That's why it's so important for Damian Martin to hit that shot. Because his player is just packing in the lane.
Beal up to 10 points, incidentally. 2 of 5 from three-point range. Sank some big threes in game 1, too. Oh, Gibson. Yeah, well, that's a captain's knock. They caught a foul off the ball here.
Yeah, that's on Reese Carter. And Hire just a little more aggressive tonight. Not just aggressive on the offensive glass, but on drives and on post steals.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And this just looks so much like game 1 in reverse. Little run there for the Wildcats, but Adelaide have kicked it back to nearly double figures. Let's see what happens on this possession. And a stripped. Gibson lost it as well, but he will get the call. So good hustle. Joey Wright would have been pretty happy with that.
Well, he's happy with the fact that his guys are competing. Reese Martin starts this by getting a hand in on that pull-up, knocks it loose, and then it's just a team effort of everybody not expecting the other guy to get it. They're all going after the loose balls, just like Perth did to them in game 1.
Carter really made it tough for Ennis there. Just those little things. The big, big results.
We see Brendan Tees just about to come in, and he's one of the guys, like Brett said, he's one of the guys that's making it very difficult for James Ennis to take people off the dribble. Now they got Reese Carter on him. He's another guy that you can't overhandle the basketball in front of him. Got those quick hands, and he's very disruptive. So between the two of them, Tees and Carter, that's a difficult matchup for James Ennis to get going.
What Adelaide are doing really well is they're playing the scout well. So they've scouted Martin. They said, we'll live and die by him shooting threes. He did hit a couple early. They're letting him go. And they're able to really sink in on Ennis, sink in on Beal to try and stop him, get that penetration.
And that's the hot pursuit from behind by Anthony Petrie. When your team's not doing all the little things, those are one of the things that you let down on. When you're beat, you tend to jog back. But Adelaide, even when they're beat, they're getting themselves back into the play.
Martin. Knight. Backing into Petrie. Turns. Oh, the little hook. That was an important offense for Perth. Just keeps them there. 8 points the difference. Just over a minute. Irvin just slows this one up a little bit. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gibson. And another one of those good defensive solid boards from higher and draws a foul. Reece Carter's been hit again. It's only his second foul for the game, but he's had a couple in quick succession there. And it gets back to what you were saying, I suppose, Steve, about how hard do you go on that constant hounding? How rough do you get, although you felt that was soft?
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought maybe initially he might have gotten him as he came down, but there was nothing on that call.
It didn't really affect the play either. If it had affected the pass, then maybe you call it, but a little bit soft on that one.
17 fouls for Adelaide. 18 now. Another one called just then. 21 for the Wildcats. It's not as unbalanced as it was in game one. But Knight's on the line.
I think game one was just flat out poorly officiated. Simple as that. In game two, this one's better.
This has been a good little run, though.
That was not a good call. And all that bumping that goes on, they're going to call that. And I just think you want that to be consistent.
Well, 6-point lead. Gary Irvin has a little chat with Joey Wright as he walks the ball up here. Stops, hits. Gibson cleans up. Now, he tries it. And that has lifted the crowd here. Pretty much shot clock and pace clock in sync here. Game clock, I should say, in sync. So Martin just walks it up.
That was a real heat check. That one had a little bit of Brett Maher on it.
I think he was really wary of the shot clock because they'll get another shot at it here, possibly off the rebound.
Hyatt doesn't make it. Greek cleans it up. Buzzes. Well, you want to know why this crowd is hungry. This is a proud franchise with a wonderful record, but they have not been to the playoffs since 2009. They haven't been in a grand final series since 2002. They are really looking forward to this party. Gibson drives and takes the bull by the horns.
They have opened up a quarter. The third quarter with Daniel Johnson hitting the bucket right away, and then Adam Gibson to a layup. That is so good mentally.
Well, they're all over Matthew Knight. Greg Hyatt does a great job to get the jump points for Perth, and that stuff is really, really important.
He took one right on the nose. That'll make your eyes water. Higher again with the second effort.
Just hanging around, gets the loose ball, connects. Adam Gibson, 2 points in the first half. Did a lot of other stuff. He's up to 16 points. Still doing the other stuff. 7 rebounds, 7 assists. What are the odds on a triple-double?
He's playing pretty well, and he was the one that stepped up for Adelaide in that second quarter. Gary Irvin went a bit quiet, but he filled the void there. I think when Matty Knight gets it down low there, they've got to force him back baseline at some point. If they let him keep bullocking in on his right hand, that's where he wants to go to finish with that little baby hook.
Gibson reverses it back out to Johnson, but no, higher again. Gets one of those awkward rebounds.
Well, they've got some ground to make up. The fouls on Petrie and the Sydney Kings versus the Melbourne Tigers in Game 4 when the series was best of 5 in 2008. They were down 13 at the end of the third quarter and came back to win by 3. That's massive. You would think that it would happen more often though. A team drying up, a team going on a hot run. Because the next biggest one is 6.
Inside 10 seconds on the shot clock. They get out to Wagstaff very quickly, but he finds Damian Martin, of all places, on the low post. And that's a big play for Perth, 74-67.
Just great persistence there from Perth, wasn't it? They moved the ball around and just opened up right at the end. It was good defense by Adelaide till the last 5 seconds, and Damian Martin wide open.
Another big play from Adam Gibson. 18 points. He leads all scorers for Adelaide. In fact, that's a high for the game. He has just come into this second half like a freight train. Yeah, Greg Myers really in the mix tonight. He's having words there under the basket. He's in everything. Oh, Wagstaff, written by Petrie, takes out our cameraman.
I'm most interested to see on who makes the contact. Petrie does make the contact. That's Glenn, our cameraman, just keeping his feet on the ground. Look at that. Takes the hit and trying to help Wagstaff too as he was going down.
That's where you don't want a 3D television, isn't it? On an event like that.
I would have caught a charge on that too because I thought he was planted.
Yeah, trying to put Glenn's camera back together down there.
Oh, it's probably only worth about 50 grand. Wagstaff on the stripe. 76 plays 69. And there are your free throw stats. A lot different. The Wildcats still getting a lot of points on the line, but it's not as unbalanced as it was in game one. Johnson now on Wagstaff. Beal comes in to help. There's a foul call.
Good help from Damian Martin, knowing that Johnson was going to spin back in. Look at 3 guys around him. You know, Damian Martin got a lot of ball. I mean, initially I thought he didn't get any.
He goes up to 3 fouls for the game. There's Trevor Gleeson remonstrating.
So this is where the crowd really helps you. You know, the coach makes any motion, starts talking, the crowd starts hollering, the referee doesn't want to be embarrassed by a coach yelling at him, and could get a technical foul where you wouldn't get one if the crowd wasn't riding him.
They've positioned the Perth fans tonight behind the Perth Wildcats bench. Now, of course, on their home court, it was a sea of red. In here, it's more like a puddle. But they're still doing their best. Irvin.
Boy, Adam Gibson was taking his lumps tonight. Every ball has been competed for by both of these teams. And Damian Martin went up there. It was like a mark.
Joey Wright calls a timeout. 8-point game. Gibson feeling it in the lower back. Trevor Gleeson still talking to the refs, and we'll take a break here in Adelaide. This game is still alive and kicking. This man called the timeout. Let's hear it.
Set this up good. Set this up good and come off of that hard. Come off of it hard. Look for that over the top. All right? So early and late, look for that hard. Side 4 here. No, let's go 5. 5 for DJ. 5. Side 5. My side.
This is so crucial for Adelaide. Adelaide's a good team. You know, I don't want to go on and on about how good Perth are in the late game stages, because Adelaide are too. They were a little up and down and probably gave some leads away earlier in the season. But they are playoff savvy. But Perth, this is a team, Adelaide are going to have to continue to run all the way through the line, because Perth will not go away.
Well, they're squeezing Adam Gibson there. Petrie sets the screen, but Gibson loses it. Oh, good hustle from guess who? Brendan Tees in the thick of the action, wrestling for the ball. Brett Meyer, what did Trevor Gleeson have to say?
Yeah, just offensively, they're going to run a play called sweep, which sends the 2-man across. 4-man, which will probably be Redditch on this occasion, is going to flash up the middle to try and get the ball. Defensively, they're just talking about that exact play, how they're going to guard the on-ball, coming off the on-ball. They want to green it, so that obviously was trying to come out double team and send it back the way it came.
Is that obvious? I didn't know what green it meant.
I just made that up, Steve.
Beal. Back to that man, Mark. calling the shots. Redditch is back in the game. 4 fouls. There he is, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Something has to happen. Oh, big rebound and the putback from James Ennis. Gets in the game.
He's just relentless. 4 of 9 from the field. Adelaide have done a good job on him, but he's still got 13 just from effort plays like that.
Speaking of effort, Gary Irvin. 7-6. Time running out on this offense. Irvin steps out for 3. This time Beal's working it back quickly. And hits! Well, look out. Here's the Perth run. They tighten this game up. 3 points. 6.5 left in this game. Could it be 6.5 left in the season? Tees on the drive. Draws the foul. Tough play.
Tees. You can't say enough good things about him. They need a bucket. He's not tentative. Goes right to the rim. Gets himself to the foul line, and that will settle Adelaide down.
Well, Redditch checks out. 5 fouls for Sean Redditch. The crowd waves goodbye to one of the key players in the Perth Wildcats. There's still a lot of time in this game.
That's another player. Adelaide have done a good job at running him off the three-point line. He's missed some opportunities. Only 1 for 5 from the field for 7 points. Boy, you just get the feeling that Jermaine Beal is ready to explode.
He's a big-time player, isn't he? He's done it twice in this game already when they've needed him. He stepped up and piled on 2, 3, 4 buckets in a row.
And here he is now. Mark, he's not going to take the shot. Inside 10 seconds. Ennis, little fake and drive. And again, he's going to go to the stripe, and this is where Adelaide, Perth, I should say, getting a lot of points in game 1. So they're going to grind this out. Johnson now goes to 4 fouls. And he is a key player for Adelaide. 16 points, 5 rebounds.
This is where Perth have the luxury of Jermaine Beal and James Ennis. Even if their offense bogs down, they can make plays.
2-point game. Johnson sits down. Joey Wright wants to keep that ace in the pack for a little while. So Petrie into Irvin. Mitch Creek gets it in game time now. And there he is. Oh! Creek fakes, and Matthew Knight was flying.
I want to know whether you think that's a shooting foul. Watch this. He gets him up in the air. Now, I don't think that's a shooting foul, but I tell you what, in the NBA, you're on the line for 2.
Yeah, in the NBA you are. That's pretty smart by Mitch Creek. He knew he was going to draw the foul to try and make it look like he was in that act of shooting. Good smart play, but referee onto it, get a ball from the side.
Gibson. Tees. Petrie posts up. Good rebound from Shenshak. Shot clock, of course, resets. Adelaide settled. They need to get something solid. Get back control of this game. Damian Martin gets the rebound. His 4th for the game and brings it up. Got the feel this game is at a critical stage. 2 points in it. And that is a big bomb. And Jermaine Beal tells this crowd, we are in the lead for the first time in a long time.
You could feel it. Joey Wright could feel it during that timeout. So get the ball out of his hands late in the shot clock situation. He wanted the ball. He's coming up with those plays.
The thing that Perth's done really well in the second half, no fast break points in the third term for Adelaide, and they haven't had any in this quarter either. They've really shut down Adelaide's transition game.
Well, Ennis thought he got clean ball there under the basket, but Petrie's on the stripe. Trying to get the Sixers level.
I mean, we always knew this game was going to be close.
Seven points for the game for Petrie. We're all tied here in Adelaide Arena. 4 minutes, 42 left in game 2. Beal, 16 points. Knight, Martin. Off the rim, and Petrie gets the rebound. Gibson, they're running. Petrie.
Not a good one.
The crowd trying to keep their team on top of this game. They've led for most of the way. Mitch Creek runs into Jermaine Beal there. 3 fouls for Creek now, 22 for the Sixers. Still fewer than the Wildcats with 25. And don't forget, Redditch is fouled out. Big time Beal for 3. Oh, Martin keeps it in for Gibson. Well, it's scrappy, but that's what it is when you got a season on the line. Beal off a great screen from Wagstaff. Fires it out to Martin, who will not shoot. Wagstaff bounces to Knight, and he won't get it. Tease does. Well, that's an important stop for the Sixers in a tied game with only 3 minutes left.
It's a big rebound, too, in traffic by Tease. Putting a body on the guy and screening him out and coming up with it.
The noise here is deafening, Brett.
There's some tired bodies out there. Adelaide looking to run, but they're just tired. They can't get out and run.
Massive rebound there. The athleticism of James Ennis. Damian Martin calls it. Daniel Johnson is ready to check in for Adelaide to try and keep his team in this championship series. Tough play attempted from Jermaine Beal, and Shencher did not like the call.
It's a great hustle. The foul occurs on Shencher, knocking that thing loose. Boy, did Jermaine Beal want the ball in this situation?
Yeah, he doesn't want this to go to Perth. He wants to end it right here.
And he is single-handedly trying to carry Perth here in the late stages.
We're going to listen into Adelaide's timeout. We're looking at Perth at the moment.
Take the shots you take, all right? You missed the shot, so what? Let's get back and get a stop and play some defense. This is what we do, all right? We've been winning these games all year. Let's settle down and play, all right? All right, let's get this ball out here. I want to get the ball to DJ. Okay, I want to get it to DJ. You want to go across here? No. Let's go here. Pin down, curl him off. Curl him off, same as earlier. Dribble it over, offset. This guy come off the double, okay?
Got a rebound. Got to go and rebound. Ennis can't get them. Make him box you out.
When this guy shoot off here, DJ, either go quick or turn the face so you can see if the double team's coming. Hold. They've been doubled from the strong side. So this guy hold. If they go immediately, kick it out, knock that down. You started. You're cutting off. Okay? All day. 1, 2, 3. All day.
shooting 8 of 16 from the perimeter. Not bad for a big game like this at this late stage. We talked about Adam Gibson, what a big half he's had, up to 18 points. But Jermaine Beal, up to 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He has also taken a step up.
That was bad.
He's an 83% free throw shooter, but you never know what's going to come up in a grand final.
Perth spent that whole time out, guys, just talking about their next play. They want to come off some horns, so double screens at the top, and they want to get the 5 guy flashing down the lane. They can't get that, then they want to get Ennis on the weak side of the ball.
Well, they won't get a chance just yet to do that. Adelaide's ball, and that was a very disappointing for Jermaine Beal on the free throw line there. As I said, a very reliable shooter. But now we find Petrie at the other end.
Looked like Wagstaff was getting pushed and grabbed just as much.
Petrie makes it.
Yeah, that happens on every single rebound. And Petrie up here with an opportunity to give this team a 2-point.
Well, Anthony Petrie's a 75% free throw shooter. And those two were among the most important he will shoot all year. Beal on Irvin. What a matchup. Ennis tonight finds Wagstaff. Posting up. Not quite. Gibson. Valuable defensive board. 2 minutes left in this game. Adelaide, Brett by 2. This is tough.
Yeah, I'm sweating just sitting there. There's some big plays being had. You can tell the guys are tired. I think you're going to see a few plays go to the free throw line. I reckon this will be decided at the free throw line here in this last couple of minutes.
Another turnover. They just can't put a seal on this game, Adelaide. Don't forget they're playing a very, very seasoned, capable team with, as Steve said, weapons everywhere. And look at that! Jermaine Beal is one of those weapons. The basket counts and one.
And I can't believe for one he missed 2 free throws in a row. But he wants the ball. There is nothing that can stop him right now.
You can see when Petrie went back to the stripe. There it is. 1 point lead for the Wildcats. When Petrie went back to the stripe, Beal was still clenching his fists and angry with himself for missing those 2 free throws. You could probably say that last play came out of his frustration. That's class as Johnson turns and hits a big shot. Remember, he was sitting out for a while. He was in foul trouble. Joey Wright's got him back in the game for the last couple of minutes to try and be decisive. They need him out there.
Defensive play from Gary Irvin. They had to get the ball out of his hands. He's in unstoppable mode.
Well, the crowd said it all there. 1 point lead to the Sixers. Big time turnover with just over a minute left to play. Johnson tries to shake off Knight. Oh, boy. Oh, and what a little steal there from Reece Carter. Well, they talk about 1% plays. Shot clock winding down, though. Here's Irvin on the drive. Oh, gets a lot of heat from Matthew Knight. Can't get the shot to go through. But as Brett Maher said, we find ourselves once again on the free throw line for a very important shot.
Very big. And Gary Irvin, a good foul shooter at 76% on the season. He's dialed in, though. Even if he makes it, it's just a one possession game. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of hoops left.
Well, that is a big, big move. Inside a minute now. Big play from Perth. Perth fans are riding every second here as Irvin squeaks through. Okay, so big play for Perth here. What can they do? 14 seconds. The maestro, Damian Martin, with the inbound pass. And here we go. Listen to that crowd. And look at Ennis. But the result, well, the refs are going to confer on this.
Nobody saw anything.
No. Can we have a witness, please?
Jump ball, alternating possession. Oh,
wow.
my.
Game 2, grand final, championship on the line. Looked like Gibson forced that over the sideline, but there were a few hands on it when he touched it. Adelaide with the inbound pass. Now the game clock and the shot clock are in sync here. So Trevor Gleeson.
That's it for James Ennis, Bill.
Well,
as everybody starts to sing Hit the Road, Jack. Just like they do in Perth. It's like the identical game, but with blue shirts instead of red.
Well, I'm not going to call it, but on the free throw line, 3-point lead. Big shots from Gary Irvin. If he makes them, Adelaide are in good shape. Wow. That just had the look of a warm-up free throw. It was just so relaxed. And 2.
He loves the big stage, and he's come up big tonight when they needed him.
Martin driving. Kicks it out to Wagstaff for 3. Oh! Wagstaff! Well, you'd expect Beal, maybe, Ennis, but Wagstaff gets the big play to keep the Wildcats in touch. 11 seconds on the clock, and they're only down by 2.
That Eric Burden in the game for Perth as well. Very good shooter. Of course, he played with the 36ers. That's how he broke into the NBL. But everybody out on the floor for Perth. Yeah, Burden, but also Matthew Knight's had a big game. They've gone to him down on the block. Jermaine Beal, of course. Damian Martin makes plays. Well, Wagstaff does too. So you're not surprised when anybody on the floor makes a big play.
Irvin makes the first.
This is a big free throw because it'll be a two-ball possession on this one.
There he goes. Wow. Gary Irvin has been so cool on the strike. The crowd is just loving this. He could not have made more noise if he'd sunk a couple of long bombs.
What a game.
Gary Irvin, 23 points, former league MVP, and now you know why. Joey Wright brings him to Adelaide. He's had a couple of other clubs here, and he's doing it. 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals to go with those 23. And at the moment, he leads all scorers. Gibson, incidentally, with 18, and Johnson with 18 for the Sixers. For Perth, Beal on 19, Knight 14, Wagstaff 12, and Martin 11. Now, if it goes to a third game, don't forget Perth. I don't know if we need to tell you this, but tickets are on sale from 8 o'clock tonight. Check tickettech.com.au. That's Perth time, of course, because you're the ones who are going to be scrambling for those tickets to cheer your team home. And there's no doubt if it goes to that, it will be another sellout crowd in what has been a tremendous series. Joey Wright with a quiet look of confidence I just saw there, nodding to the referee. What can Perth come up with here? Gary Irvin having a few words to say to Jermaine Beal. 4 points in the game. Here's Martin. Fakes the three-point shot. Now it's wide and a big, big rebound. Reece Carter fouled by Burden. He'll go to the stripe. Things are looking good for the Sixers. 5 seconds on the clock.
Looks like they ran that play for Damian Martin, which is odd.
Reese.
Plenty of time to get a good three-point shot off. Guys don't want to foul the three-point shooter. I would imagine you want to get it to Jermaine Beal.
Reese Carter, incidentally, and bear in mind he's only been with the club for less than half a season, but he's 6 of 6 from free throw line in his short time with the Sixers.
Spent a season under Marty Clark as well, before going back to Finland.
Makes the second. Adelaide with a 5-point lead. Are we going to game 3? Wagstaff fires it in. Burden misses, and that is the game. The championship is still alive. Adelaide have done it.